Greetings everyone, welcome back to Blade Bias. We have an extravaganza of unboxings on the channel lately, and today is no exception. Of course, last time, I believe actually last time was the collection video, which if you watch that, I found the screw, my foot found the screw, the second screw that I lost at the end of the video. The first one is still gone. Anyway, last time we unboxed this, the Shattered Concept Ruined. It's not in here. This is just the box. I'm keeping it so I can send it on to the next person in the pass around. But today we have a package from, I believe, from when I looked in the package, Nabalis. Dun dun dun. It looks like they got rid of their hard case. I mean, they probably didn't get rid of it. I shouldn't say that, but they used to ship some of their stuff in the hard case. It seems that this is the Create with Nabalis stuff, which has this really cool changing graphic on it. And now in a bigger box, which is not to do with their hard cases anymore, which is a little strange, but oh well. I don't know what's in these. I've seen people receiving Bird of Prey, Overlords, Reveries. I told them to surprise me. It could be two of the same thing. It could be two different things. I don't know, man. Let's see. Let's see what they surprised me with. Number one. I mean, let's just take a look in here. It looks like they're trying to do cases with this. So you can put other balisongs and stuff in here. You get some stickers. We got two bite handle indicators. We got the longer T10 bit, and we got all of their extra hardware, bushings, washers, pivots, and I don't know what those little metal cylinders are. But what is in here? What's in? Oh, this is a nice little pouch, Nabalis. I don't think I have a Nabalis pouch. It's a nice little felt pouch. Cool. The Bird of Prey. Ooh, very cool. So does that mean that the other one in here is going to be the colored Bird of Prey? The colored Bird of Prey is very, very, very cool. I would assume that it is. I would assume they would send me both. Oh, they send me two different... Oh, they actually sent me two different ones. Holy cow. I don't know why this isn't in the package, but this is the Reverie. I'm going to do something mean to you guys. We're going to set the Reverie aside. That's going to be a different video. Hey, I'm not uploading on this channel as much anymore. I'm going to separate things out so I can actually have some longevity in my uploads. Today we will be checking out the Nabalis Bird of Prey, designed by, I don't remember who this is designed by. You guys are going to have to give me 1 second. So this, to give you some backstory, this is part of one of the coolest events that I think that the balisong community has seen in a very long time. This is the Create with Nabalis event that they did last year. In February, a bunch of people sent in their designs, the community voted on it, and Nabalis created 3 of them into full release products. Which is just insane. The amount of work and prototyping and all of that stuff that had to have gone into this had to have been insane. And hats off to them for actually doing something genuinely cool. Giving people the chance to do something that no one really has ever seen or done before. I mean, giving just the opportunity for anyone to create a design is really, really awesome. Who is the designer here? Ross Holmberg, I believe. Yes. So the Bird of Prey was designed by Ross Holmberg. Fortunately, I don't think that their Instagram tag is listed in the Nabalis profile. So maybe I'll put that in the description if I find it or something like that. If they even have one. That was the cool thing. Some of them didn't. Some of them weren't very well known people in the community at all, which is what I was expecting. I was totally expecting Create with Nabalis to be won by someone. Why? To be won by someone who has some sort of designing expertise or something like that. I know a few makers who have already released designs kind of submitted to Create with Nabalis. And honestly, there we go. It's very cool that they didn't. Obviously it would have been cool, but I enjoy that that the community voted for people who don't really have design experience before with this kind of stuff. I mean, one of them was made by Arapo, that really cool artist who I shout out in half of my videos, it feels like. But this is the Bird of Prey. I should have kept my phone around to give you guys the spec sheet. Coming in at $130. This was the #1 Create with Nabalis placement. Comes in black and white, as you can see here. It also comes in a multicolor, like blue. This part up here is blue and green. This part down here is blue and purple. It looks really, really sick. I love it. But the actual specs of this thing, if I can find them, 10.34 total length in inches, 5.79 inch when closed, 5.71 inch handles, 0.47 inch thick handles, 5.12 inch blade, 3.42 ounces, 7075 aluminum, 440 heat treated stainless steel trainer blade with a bead blasted blade finish, 7075 channel aluminum handles on bushings Zen pins T10. Whew. With a 34.4 to 37.3 millimeter from pivot center light handle bias. Hey, as long as someone, sorry, I need to go back and actually plug in my phone. As long as somebody's trying to quantify balance, I don't know, man. Let's give this thing a flip. So I believe this thing is G10. All of the white here is G10. There's some sort of insert in the blade here. I don't know if this is a sticker or an insert. It almost kind of feels like a sticker. And I'm similarly not sure if this is a sticker or not. But this is G10 down here. You can see we've got some jimping that goes in the G10, some that continues on into the aluminum. And on the sides here, we have kind of where the Vault Pro does that wraparound. They have another G10 insert. It doesn't wrap around like that, but it looks cool. Bottle opener, as is consistent with Nabalis stuff. Pretty solid sound. I mean, this is about what I would expect for something that combines aluminum and G10. Maybe a little less dense than the Vault Pro, at least in sound, but let's give it a good old flip. The Bird of Prey first impressions. Here we go. So this coming in at $130 is definitely going to be competing right alongside the Vault Pro. I think the Vault Pro really is going to be... I understand. I want to be very clear. I do understand that these are the Create with Nabalis designs. They're not really meant to compete because the creators weren't really looking at, like... I assume, at least when I made my entry into Create with Nabalis, I wasn't thinking about, like, price point or anything like that. I was just trying to make something cool. So I am going to mention, like, competition and stuff like that, but I understand that's not the point of these things. Ultimately, though, they are still something that you can buy. So, wow, we will... I gotta go under my desk for that one. We will still treat it as I would something you can buy. It flips good. There's something off about it to me. I feel like I say that every single time. I'm detecting a little bit of hesitation, specifically in some of the rollovers I'm doing. Like, it takes a minute for the kind of momentum to get kicked in. I don't really know what's causing that. This thing does have pivots at the end of the handles, so it's not a full aluminum design, although being as much G10 as there is in this thing, with even this G10 piece poking through to the inside of the channel, there's definitely a little bit of weight reduction from that, since the G10 is lighter than aluminum would typically be, which you can definitely feel because, you know, it's 3.4 ounces, I think I said, which is, it's very light. And I would say, yeah, it's a very light feeling balisong, which looking at it in that context, I can kind of understand why it feels the way that it does. Kind of lacking a tiny bit of momentum. It's not bad, though. Like, I don't know, this matches my guitar quite nicely. Hell yeah. By the way, guys, I barely can play that. I have been saying that I'm going to learn guitar for, gosh, 2 or 3 years now, and nothing has ever happened. I think the most I ever did was in, like, 7th grade. We had a unit in music class where we played the guitar. I think that's the most I've ever learned about guitar, which is sad, but yeah, can't find the time for it. This flips very good. I do think it's very thin feeling. It's not actually thin, But if you compare this to something like the Vault Pro, which I'm gonna have to dig out if I actually want to do this. In fact, I will also take out the wing, since that is, you know, directly what this thing is competing with. In terms of the wing just feels more substantial. Feels more like it wants to do what you want it to do. Yeah. Kind of denser, which makes sense. And the Vault Pro just, again, feels a little bit more substantial, feels a little thicker. That weight really goes a long way into making its momentum feel nice. The Bird of Prey definitely offers a different experience, which is good. You don't want it to be another situation of people being like, oh, what should I get? The Vault Pro or the what's it called? The wing. Because you don't want an objectively, like, you don't want them to be the same experience. You want them to be different. I think the wing and the Vault Pro succeeded really well in providing two different experiences for the people that wanted them at that price point. And I think this is also going to provide people with different experiences. It's very grippy. The G10 is doing a lot for the grip, and even the aluminum is fairly grippy. Jimping, you're doing a lot of the laddering on that G10. Basically, anytime you hold the faces, you're on the G10. Even when you're doing like rollovers and stuff like this whip rollover, I'm grabbing here and my finger is rubbing against that G10 to kind of get some grip in there. So very grippy. More grippy than the Vault Pro? I would say yes, because there's more surface area for the G10. But the Vault Pro also has this kind of satin finish to it, which I think provides a good amount of grip. This does have that, but again, since there's more G10 here, you're not feeling it as much. Yeah, the weight isn't bad. It fans good. Choker fans good. It actually fans and choker fans very good. It's a little square, but nothing too bad. Zero Gs feel good, if not a little excited. It feels like it's getting ahead of you in the zero Gs. But honestly, with how fast and small those rotations were, the fact that that stuck there is very impressive. It does what you want it to do. This is good. This is very good. So where does it put... I'm going to need more time, obviously, to figure out where does this go in Nabalis' lineup. Like, where do you recommend this over the Vault or the wing? But kind of immediately, this is kind of feeling like if you pick up the Vault Pro and wish it was a little lighter and wish it had more G10, more grip from the G10, this kind of seems like it would be the thing for you. It's like a more G10 filled, lighter Vault Pro. Although, is the balance there? I don't really know. Vault Pro definitely feels a little bit more handle bias, not crazy. This thing feels a little bit more neutral, almost maybe even like the wing. No, the wing, I mean the wing even feels like it has more handle weight to it than this thing does. Maybe it's even more neutral than both of those. Chaplin's very good. In fact, I wanted to launch it off my finger and it wouldn't go. There we go. Yeah, dude, Bird of Prey rocks. Especially for being I'm going to say it again, for being something that was made from a drawing by someone who supposedly hasn't done this before. Like, they've never released or designed a balisong before. The fact that they turned that drawing into an incredibly flippable prototype that you can purchase is friggin' awesome. That's really, really cool. I actually like this a lot. I can already tell it's going to be a little fatiguing for me because I don't like G10 very much. I think it's dry and chalky feeling and not the greatest. This also has some sharpness to it. Good grip, but if you're a comfort person, it might be a problem. Overall, though, yeah, enjoyable. And I think that's going to do it for this one. I'm trying to yap less in the first impressions video because the yapping about all this stuff should really be done when I've flipped the balisong for like a week or two, instead of me yapping about concepts that off the top of my head based on the first 5 minutes of flipping these things. So I think that's going to do it for this first impressions. Look forward to the Reverie in future videos. Huge thank you to Nabalis for sending these things out. These were sent out for free for the purpose of these videos. Any opinions expressed within are my own, not influenced by Nabalis in any way. Yeah, this is good, actually. I'm excited to flip this more. It's a busy week for wanting to flip things more, but considering that this is mine, I will probably prioritize the Rift, not the Rift, the Ruined over this one. Although by the time you guys see this video, the Ruined is probably long gone from my hands. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you to Nabalis for sending that out, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.